I feel like we should first talk about just the fact that Richard has announced V3 and then really get into this kind of recent crazy price action. Because I mean, it was crazy leading up to today. Now it's going to get even crazier. But so this has been anticipated, obviously, for quite some time. We finally have PulseChain V3 here. I think the most interesting angle of this Ewok, and this is something you and I have talked about this now for a while, and I think we're both being proven correct on this based on what Richard's saying. I love that he has already said, be warned that once V3 is live, that is your notice that the real thing could be here anytime, and you should just be on notice. I think that's always kind of been the way he wanted to do it.
Yep,
And,
I agree.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? I don't want to get, a step ahead of ourselves already. I guess I'll have to ask you this too, but how soon do you think we'll be until mainnet? And what kind of kinks do you think are going to need to be worked out here in V3?
Well, as we know, I think the V3 private testnet has been running for some time. They've been working on it. They've been banging it. They've been trying to get all the kinks out of it. I don't know what's left. It's been pretty well tested. I don't know how many people, that's the only thing we really don't know is how many people, were using it, right? So is it going to have any effect? It shouldn't with the volume of people that are going to be in there now on it. I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. When he says just final testnet mainnet may launch anytime now, does that mean a week? Are we going to get a week? Are we going to get a couple days? I really I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know how much other work needs to be done. But, usually with Richard, he likes to put things out pretty complete. Like I don't see too many more updates being done. So I know they were working on the validator settings, something about batch validators. Now, I guess if you've got enough money to create several validators and run them simultaneously, you would run a batch transaction. And that was one of the last things that we saw the update from this afternoon. But, it could be any day. Like, I really think they're going to give it a couple days, maybe a week tops at this point. That's wishful thinking again. Who really knows? He said he could let it run a couple weeks too. He had said that in the past as well. So it just means there's no warning. So the one thing I do recommend is if you had any of the weight tokens, you better claim them because otherwise they go away. So just a little hint that if you sacrificed for anything, whether it be PulseChain, PulseX, any of the fiat famous, any of those things, you were awarded weight tokens, and rumor has it that the weight tokens will be used to lower the fees on the OX Coast fiat on and off ramp. Yes. So if you have weight tokens, it will lower the fees. I think that was just the rumor. So you might as well claim them now, unless you like pushing, living on the edge.
Right.
Who knows how long it'll be, and you may get a few more than waiting, but I would do it. So yeah, that's what I think. I think soon. I think a week maybe.
Right. Yeah, I saw somebody just a bit ago on Twitter, and of course, everybody's really absorbing this right now. I mean, we're within the hour that Richard announced this, but I saw somebody earlier say, 1 to 12 weeks or something, just as a wide gap. I'm with you, Ewok. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's just urgency of the moment type of thing. I think that it is kind of rational to think that this could be the real thing. I'd be surprised if if it were more than 3 weeks, I think I'd be really surprised at this point, because we've always known that Richard wants this to be as fair as possible for the people that he cares about most, which are people that are obviously hexicans and pulsicans and everything else.
Yep.
And those hardcore users are going to be, they have his notifications on, they're tweeting about him all day long and stuff like that. So they're going to be aware of this. They're going to be messing around with a test net as much as you possibly can. There's only so much you can do.
Right.
And yeah, to me, it would be like, A week seems pretty valid, honestly. It's like, if you haven't been able to get in there to do just something within a week, it's not like you need to be a wizard on this or anything. If you've been able to just mess around a bit, I mean, if you've ever used like Uniswap and stuff like that, you're going to understand how PulseX works. It's not going to be anything that complicated, but
well, there are some different things. Don't forget,
yes,
you've got the earn where you can do the farms and the pools and the things like that. So it is a little different than your standard Uniswap. It's a little bit more like sushi, I think. But I'm sorry, I cut you off in the middle of what you were saying.
No. I was just saying that, like, I can't imagine him really caring about, providing that much more time. Anybody that would be like, past like 2 weeks, anybody that was like, I feel like I didn't get enough, experience with this before mainnet or whatever. It's like, where the hell have you been? I mean, you've had multiple test nets here, and then you get a couple of weeks with the last one. So, and again, with Richard wanting to benefit those core holders, we've always talked about, like, you may get very little notice, and it's a couple of days until mainnet comes out. So, I think the things he's saying right now are prepping those people for that. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
HexPassiveIncome.com. My friend Crypto Coffee has created what I think is probably the best course for a new cryptocurrency investor. Not only that, but these courses usually charge an arm and a leg. Crypto Coffee is only charging $200. I think right now he actually has a discount for $150. I have a link below in the description. If you are new to crypto, do not understand Hex and how it works, click the link below. It's a quick, easy course. He only gives you the basics. I personally, myself, have thought about creating an intro to crypto course in the past. I don't think there's any reason to do so because Matt, Crypto Coffee, has already taken care of that. And I don't think anything needs to be added by anybody else. So check it out. The link is in the description, and sign up to Hex Passive Income today.